What's up, guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Nia, and today I'm going to be sharing with you my early childhood intervention story. I'm going to be going over what ECI is, what concerns Nick and I have when it comes to Rylee's development, what to expect during your evaluation, and then what steps come next. I know for me, when we first started this whole entire process, I just doubted myself as a mom. I thought, what did I do wrong? Should we have put her in daycare? Is it autism? And my mind went completely left. So I wanted to share my story in hopes of helping any of you guys out there who may be going through the same process, who are afraid to pick up the phone and give them a call. That's what this whole video is about. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe before heading out, and let's jump right into it. I first want to start off by saying that I live in New Jersey, so that is basically what I am going to be touching on. If you do live in another state, definitely make sure to do your research and try and find out more information about ECI in whatever state that you do live in. I'm not really sure if it does vary with certain rules and regulations. So what ECI actually is New Jersey offers a service for infants all the way up to age 3 with developmental delays and disabilities. This service can be free, but it really all depends on how much you make. And I will get into that a little bit later on in the video. A child can be eligible for ECI based on 2 different, requirements and things like that that they are testing for. You could either, so what they're looking for is 2 standard deviations below the mean in 1 developmental area, or 1.5 standard deviations below the mean in 2 or more of the developmental areas. And the areas that they are looking for are gross motor skills, fine motor skills, communication, speech and language, social and emotional development, cognitive and adaptive self-help skills. So basically what Nick and I had a concern about for Rylee and her development is really more along the lines of speech. She's going to be 2 within the next month or so, and she is not talking as much as her peers or kids of her age are. So it really all started when I took her for her 18-month appointment to her pediatrician, and he had asked me if she was making or creating 2-word sentences, and I expressed that she was not, and she was barely even making 1-word sentences, if that's even a thing. So he said that if she does not start talking more within the next couple months, to contact them and that they would then contact ECI for us. So we gave them a call, and they came to our house and evaluated Rylee, and that's when they determined that she is eligible for the program. So now on to the evaluation. We had 2 women come to our house. I'm not really sure if they're considered like therapists or social workers or anything like that, but we had 2 people come to our house, and one of them is asking questions, just finding out more information about the child, while the other one is playing with them. So Rylee was very standoffish in the very beginning, but they had a huge bag of like different toys, and she immediately warmed up. So the type of questions that they were asking us were, how many words does she typically say? Does she understand us when we tell her to go do something? Does she mimic us if we were to say something or do something silly or anything like that? So as we're being asked these questions and interacting with one of the, therapists, if you want to call them, the other one is interacting with your child, which I thought was really, really great. They take like little toys and things like that out of the bag. And one of the toys that they started out with was one of those like old school toys that had like that, base, and then it had like that little stick. I will try and insert a picture right here that had those little like donut rings on it, and she asked her to put the donut rings onto like the stick. So Rylee did that really great. Then she asked her to take them off, put them back on. Then they took out small little like blocks and asked her to stack them up on top of each other, then to knock them down. And those are the type of things that they were going over with her. Then they took out this piece of paper that had a square, a triangle, and a circle, and then they brought out a shape just like that. So they handed her the circle, and they said, place the circle on top of the circle on the piece of paper. So they did that with her. And then they also saw how she reacted with us. And I completely forgot to mention that the evaluation is 2 hours long. So it's going to be 1 hour of the questions and the play time with your child. And the second hour is going to be them filling out paperwork and asking you more questions. So yeah, so that's what they were doing the first hour. Then they would ask us if we told her to go do something, would she do it? So we would put her baby doll across the room, and I said, you know, go get your baby doll. So she went to go get it. So they're trying to really see what areas she is struggling with developmental wise. So after the first hour, then that's when they continue the conversations with us. They even gave us some really great tips to try with her until our next appointment or until therapy starts. So we talked about eating habits. We talked about different things that we can do with her in the meantime. I did also want to mention that in the state of New Jersey, it is all the way up to age 3. So we are starting at age 2. So she does have until the age of 3. But when I did speak with her service coordinator, even if we started at the age 1, she's only eligible for 1 year. So keep that in mind. So if she was 1 year old, she would only be eligible up to age 2, even though the program goes all the way up to age 3. Then she starts therapy for about 6 months, and then we will come back and revisit and then see where she is. If they feel like, or we feel like she needs another 6 months or 3 months or whatever it is, we'll keep going with the therapy. If we feel as if the 6 months brought her back up to speed with the rest of the kids her age, then we can stop. They explained that the program is very flexible. So after the evaluation, I did get a call within a week, and we were provided a service coordinator. So what she is going to do, I think she's the one who kind of like books all of the therapy sessions and things like that. But before therapy can start, we need to have 2 separate appointments. Well, 2 appointments, which I just learned that we can actually mush both of those appointments together into one to help speed up the process. So the first half an hour is basically going to go over finances. We do have to provide them with our tax returns, and that is going to determine what we have to pay, if anything, for this service. It is anywhere between $0 and $110, she explained. So after that half-hour meeting, then the 2, I guess like therapists, if you want to call them, come to the house and meet with the service coordinator, myself, Rylee, Nick, or whoever is going to be here. And then we go over how often she needs to have therapy. We get to decide. They can say, hey, I think she needs 3 times a week, but I may say, you know what, I really only want to do 2. Like she said, well, like I mentioned before, it's very flexible. What is also great is the county that we are in, because my mother-in-law does watch Rylee during the day, we are able to get a therapist to come to my mother-in-law's house, even though she is in a different county. So keep that in mind too, for any of you guys out there who may have somebody else watch your child during the day. We haven't had our meeting with the service coordinator just yet. So if you guys want to know what to expect, like in more detail about that meeting, I will definitely make another video and maybe loop that in with what to expect during the therapy. Leave a comment down below and let me know if that's something you guys are interested in, because I know how scary this whole process can be. Trust and believe. You want the best for your kids, and when you see them struggling, it hurts. Like, it literally hurts. So as much information as I can provide to you guys through my own experience, that's what this video is all about. Make sure you leave your comments, any questions that you guys might have that you would want me to ask them. Leave them down in the description bar, because these videos are here to help you. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe before heading out, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye.